We are here with another amazing and inspiring success story, enjoying freedom from binge eating after working the proven UnBinged solution. I'm here with Sintija. Thank you so much for doing this, Sintija, for taking time out of your day. Why don't we start out just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, sure. Thank you, Jordan, for inviting me here. I am really happy to be here and to share my experience, as I've never thought I'd actually be here, because I thought that I would be stuck in this problem for forever. But now that we're actually doing this, it's like completely mind-blowing. And to talk a little bit about myself, I am from Latvia. I work in the field of medicine, and I have always been some sort of perfectionist, and I always wanted to do things like super perfect, and therefore not only in school but also I had really high standards for myself. And I think that was one of the core things that triggered my problems with eating, also that started quite a long while ago. And but there were some other plenty of things, and also like family issues and things like this. And but again, it's I think with eating disorders, it's always multifactorial. And yeah, because there is no one thing that leads to it, and therefore I've been struggling with it for quite a lot of years. And now it feels like a little bit supernatural that I'm here and ready to inspire other people.
Yeah, thank you for that. Your transformation is very inspiring and extraordinary. It really proves that what we're capable of. Yeah. So why don't you tell me a bit about how long you struggled with binge eating? When did it start? These kinds of things.
Of course. Well, I shortly mentioned that I've been sort of a perfectionist, and I did really well in school. I was not the prodigy child or things like this, but I really worked hard for everything in my life, and it's still ongoing. But it's not that it only has some bad things out of it. But I think I was around 15 or 16 years old when my problems with eating started, and they started with me developing anorexia. And it was my whole life I had been really on a had really sweet tooth. Like, I loved some chocolate and everything, and I still do. I really love it. But then again, at that point, I thought that I was eating it too much, and therefore it came to my mind that I need to restrict myself. But then I thought that, oh, why don't I do this and this and this and this? And the result was anorexia. So I really damaged my health. I think it was around a year or so when I was in this anorexia thing. And there was this one night, and I remember that I found myself eating almost everything that's in the fridge, cold and without even stopping, in a very short period of time, without any self-control. And at that point, I was super scared of myself, and I was like, what did just happen now? And I need to restrict myself again, because this is bad. We are not supposed to do that, right? And so therefore, years went by, and I was still in a cycle of restricting, and then finding myself eating enormous amounts of food. But then again, it was like when I started med school, it was I was not that much anorexic anymore, but it was more of a binge eating pattern. I would consume really large amounts of food in a very short period of time. Like I would order some junk foods and eat them and eat till the point that I'm sick, and then a little bit more or a lot more after that. And then I would feel so full of hate for myself. And I would think that tomorrow I'm going to start like clean and everything's going to be fine. But as you probably guessed, then I could like, be clean for maybe a couple of hours, maybe even a couple of days. But then again, inevitably, I would crash because it was like, again, this restriction and black or white thinking, like super black or white thinking. And to not get fat because I was, and I've always been very worried about my body image. I would, I don't know, I would really exercise quite a lot. I would really push myself to do things that I would normally not do, like for even a couple of hours. But what I did not do was that I did not vomit or didn't use any laxatives or things like this. I guess that was a good thing in me. But then again, I really, really, and it was years of disgust and hate for yourself, like not for yourself, but for myself. And it was like, it's been, I think, for 12 years, I guess. One of the best years of my life till now. But then again, it was like, it also affected my social life. Like, I could not go to social events with other people because they were eating normally, but I was the one who, okay, I'm having this, but then again, when I'm back home, I would continue and eat everything, or I would compare myself to others, or I think there were plenty of times when I did not even go anywhere because I was feeling too disgusted about myself and too ashamed about myself because other people were like normal people. And there was this me, this disgusting, stupid, and crazy person who cannot even eat like a normal person, right? So I was really, really disgusted about myself, the way I look and the way I think, and it was like affecting everything.
Yeah, that's a lot of really, really
Yes.
deep struggle, like you said, in some of the best years of your life, right? From your mid-teens until not long
Yes.
ago in your late
Yes.
20s.
And I regret that because when I was studying and everything, of course you were kind of very stressed and everything, and you try to belong in somewhere, but then with some other people, but then again you have this and this invisible enemy that's within yourself, and it just really stops you from going anywhere because you're too ashamed of yourself. You cannot trust yourself, and you feel like a complete outsider. And no matter how hard you try to belong, and it's also very painful because it comes with lots of loneliness, and it was a real struggle. And it went on like this almost for all my studying years.
Yeah, yeah, it's incredibly isolating too, and you can you feel so out of control, going back and forth, looking for control, but just bouncing from extreme to extreme.
Yes. Yeah, it was like extremely black or white thing. It was like, for instance, if I have a good day means that I'm having no sweets, no sweet drinks, no pizza or anything like this. And the moment I have, for instance, one cookie or everything, then it's lost and the day has been ruined like completely. And it's just so to my mind right now, it is so bizarre and so crazy to think like this, because we cannot live in this black or white mode, right? And also there was like a lot of screw it mode, like nah, I've had this this so super sweet thing. So nah, you are a loser, and so you can't do anything. Like you can't go even one day without sweets. So yeah, better screw it and fulfill yourself with too much junk food and continue hating yourself. Way to go!
Yeah, it's really hard personally. Feel like you said some of the things that you say to yourself, like you can't even do this. It's really really hard on the
Yes.
heart. I wanted to ask you, what did you find to be the hardest part of being stuck in that cycle, like the most painful aspect of it?
I think one of the most painful aspects of those of that for me, well, there were plenty of those, was that I thought that I'm in a cage that's locked forever, that I cannot get out of it, and that I cannot be like a normal people, like normal people who eat normally, and I would always, for instance, if I meet somebody or if I had really great social events or I don't know, for instance, if something really good in my day at hospital happens, then inevitably I would go back home, and I would like to be isolated and by myself, so that no one saw me, how much I eat and how much I order and everything. Of course, it costed me a lot of money, but then again, to feel better, I never counted that money, and of course it was like it didn't help at all. And I think yeah, and well, one of the most well, one of the saddest things about this was that I truly believe that um that thing would always be part of me. Like I would always have to deal with it. I would always have to struggle, and no one ever would actually like understand me, or I would and I would be like forever alone, or like alone with that, and like never at least a little bit more than a normal person. And so I kind of accepted the fact that I'm super weird, and like that I cannot do it, and it was really just those many negative thoughts that I had in my mind that also influenced my self-esteem and my the way how I look myself, the way how I look at myself, and I'd really hate myself a lot and do other destructive things as well. So therefore, there was absolutely no benefit in that. Like, and it's like all interconnected. And maybe you have already noticed that when I say this one bad thing that's happening in there, then there's this one, and then there's this one, and then there's this one. So it's all like the whole another world, and it's like there's no way out. I really felt like this.
Yeah, it really does affect every area of our lives. And that feeling, probably a lot of people watching this will think there's no way out. That hope
Yes.
is very painful as you work to, because you're a very self-aware, intelligent person. I know you were putting
Thank
everything
you.
you could into resolving this. What did you try before this program to try to stop binge eating?
Well, I tried, I know how stupid it may sound. I tried to cutting out sugar like completely, because that was the bastard who started this whole thing, right? Because I was like having this sweet tooth, and that was the thought that I really need to limit this. But then again, I think um, the longest time period that I really could live like without any snacks or things was like 2 or 2.5 months. And then again, like I was super happy about it. But then again, it was like Christmas time, and it was like family time, and it is like the celebration and everything, and everybody was having these really nice and great great sweets and things and treats and just enjoying themselves, and I could not do it. But then again, I still felt, oh, I'm super strong and everything, and it was like so weird. And now and I'm thinking about it, it's like it was still a disaster. I was still super sick at that time, right? um then what did I try again? I tried to do some new hobbies that were not for me, and they would inevitably crash. I would pray a lot and pray and pray and pray, as I'm a Christian, and I would try to rely on God. But then again, I wouldn't say that it did not work, but maybe it took a lot more patience, or I don't know. But I wanted like immediate results, and it was not working. And I also tried to, I tried therapy. Oh, and then before therapy, I tried like looking for some books that would help me to solve the binge eating problem. And there were really quite a lot of great books, actually. And I was Googling them, I was buying them, I read every single piece of them, and I was like underlying those really good sentences. I was, yes, this is it, this is going to help me. You can guess. Did it help me? Then again, yeah, the therapy. I went to therapy for a couple of years, and I changed like 3 therapists over the time. And I thought that at some point that they are like maybe helping me, but then again, I found myself being in therapy for a couple of years now, and then I was thinking, like, I won't say bad words here, but I would really like I want to say something really really bad, and I was still stuck in there. Like, if there was some result, it was like for a limited period of time, and then inevitably I would crash, and I would find myself ordering enormous amounts of food, watching romantic comedies all over again, and crying alone, and uh, and hating myself. And it would be like, and still at the same time hoping for something better to come in my life. But at that point, I don't think it was like working. I also tried cognitive behavioral therapy, and here I would also want to say super bad words, but maybe it works for somebody. But first, it did not work. It not work on me, and I really don't think that it works on this thing, because it's you really cannot. I think it just really aggravates the problem. Those people who have did this, I don't know. I would really love to see one person who would say, yes, this is the thing. This is going to help me. No, not in this. Well, for me, if it works for somebody, really good. But I don't think that that generally helps in people with eating disorders. And yeah, I also tried some diets, I guess. But diets are like restriction, and they put you on lots of willpower, and you cannot live like this for a long period of time. It's not sustainable, right? So, and I also tried different environments. I tried antidepressants. I tried moving from one place to another, and it still did not have like sustainable results. So, and then at that point of my life, I was, I think maybe that was not the bottom, because I think I have been at the bottom for quite a long period of time. And I was in despair. Like, I was looking at my life, and I felt so incredibly lonely, and I felt so powerless and so weak. And I was desperate to finally find some new America, I guess. to solve this. Oh, and I also listened to plenty of podcasts about how to solve this and everything. But the one thing that I came to after this podcast was that it makes me sick. It makes me really sick. Why can't you eat like a normal person? Like, why on earth? What is so fundamentally wrong with you? And it was like, I can't do it. I cannot do it. And maybe that was the point that I don't know, I was still praying, and I was like, this is in God's hands. And at one point of my life, when we found each other, I don't really like social media and everything, but at that point, I was like, thank God they exist. Like, and I really think you are sent to me from God, literally. I don't know if this is appropriate time to say this, but it really feels to me like this, because now things are completely different, and I cannot even express how grateful I am for it.
Yeah, I think it's definitely appropriate to express. I think it really is true, and it's a beautiful thing, and we have to recognize and appreciate our blessings. And yeah, it's been a blessing for me too. It's been a really inspiring, amazing experience. You
Yes.
really did the whole gamut. You did the gauntlet. Like, you just listed everything: cutting out sugar, diet, therapy, CBT, podcasts, books, all the things that people try. And generally, when I talk to people struggling with this problem, like, there's no shortage of determination to stop. Usually they've tried all or close to all of these things. And I want to ask you, like, what was different about this? Why do you think that this worked for you?
I think this worked because this was like individualized approach. It was not like I'm just reading things and then trying them to adjust my life. It was like okay, we had these weekly scheduled meetings, but it was like um, something that's scheduled. You know why you're here, you know what you're doing, and you know why you are doing. Because I also had this big why in myself that I try to you know, remember myself. Why am I doing this? Like, why? This is more personalized approach, and I felt that in this program you really listen to me, not like I get your point. Yeah, no, you really listen. Like, you really listen, and you listen in a way that you understand. And it's not like when you go to, I know, some therapist who probably has not been there. They also, like, they do their best to understand. Of course, maybe it sounds like I'm saying all these bad things about them, but no, I truly believe that all those things are created to help people, and this is really amazing. But with eating disorders, I think if you have been there for more than a couple of years, it gets so attached to yourself that you really, it's very difficult, right? And in this case, it was also like I felt really heard. I felt understood because you knew what I was going through, right? And um, I really loved it at the beginning of this. Oh, and after every meeting, like in every meeting, you gave some exercise for me to do. And it was, what was the interesting thing, it was that here we used as little willpower as possible. And I was like, what? And I was like waiting for some weird crap that's already out there, but it was not here. And there was no judgment here. Of course, like in other places, maybe there's also like no judgment, but here it really worked in me. And I loved that we started with challenging our beliefs around food. That I sometimes I thought they that they were normal, that they or that they didn't even exist. That everybody should have such behaviors or beliefs around food, but in a like it does not feel like it. And also, um, this program also made me to. mm, not to not make everything like brand new, but to change a little bit those things that I'm already doing, right? And it was also I think one of the great things that worked. And I cannot really say that there's this one thing that worked, but also this program was more with the focus on future, like what really worked like me, like a click, was that how do you see yourself in 10 years? And I was like, what? I have not like thinking about these eating disorders like in 10 years or even in a week, because it was like always there. And then I found, okay, at 10 years time I would be age this and this, right? And I thought that oh my gosh, I really don't want to be like this. And it's like it would still affect everything. And it was one of the biggest whys in me. And in other books or therapies that I saw or everything, it was not there. And yeah, and also in this program there was non-food nourishment part that kind of came naturally. And I think, as I already said in the beginning, that this connects like absolutely everything, right? And as maybe it sounds stupid or something, or other people who listens to this probably think, how could eating disorders affect like everything? But trust me, it really does. Like human relationships, both like with yourself and also with other people, right? And also including your friendships, your relationship with colleagues, and even romantic relationships, right? And here I really loved that those beliefs were challenged, and we're looking at them rationally. But I also think that what also worked was not only your part of it, but also my part, because this is a teamwork. It is totally a teamwork. Like I cannot really stress the importance of this enough. But it was also like I was desperate to find food freedom, like not only from binge eating, but from any kind of like disordered eating. As I pointed out, I had this anorexia thing, and then another thing, and then over exercising, and it was all super crazy in my head. And I think it was also like my willing to do this, like really willing to do this. And maybe I had to be in that bottom for quite a long time to finally have this thing. But I I really grasped almost every idea that you suggested me, and I literally tried it. I challenged it, and I was trying to be teachable and open-minded to what you suggested me. And combined with everything, I think it worked really great. And now I feel like I'm a completely different person.
Yeah, I think that's very insightful and well put. A personalized process that's step by step, challenges your
Yes.
beliefs.
Yeah, and
Um,
also, sorry, and also this face-to-face weekly meeting. Like, there's actual human being who has been there and also who has been struggling. And at some point, I think those people are the best whom to learn from, because they really, really know, and they know how you feel, and they try you to overcome this so you did not feel it, because they know that this is maybe even hell. I don't know. Maybe that's so strongly said, but to me it was.
yeah, yeah, I think I think it is really important. I've worked a lot with therapists on other things. There's things that therapists can do that I can't do, but something special about coaching is Ideally, it's a person who's been there and just focuses
Yes,
on this and solving the problem, not healing around
exactly.
this. We had a really focused approach, and you actually stopped talking about food stuff with your therapist. You separated the two, hey?
Yes, at the time when we started, I was still seeing my therapist, but then again, some of the ideas that my therapist suggested me was that they were really, really like only aggravating the problem. And then it took me kind of a lot of courage to say, wait, let's not talk about this anymore. Like, I don't want to say that my therapist is bad or anything. No, no, no. They really know what they're doing, but maybe not really eating disorder things, and especially if they have not been there themselves. And yeah, it also like really took me kind of a lot of courage. But then afterwards, I discontinued it altogether, and it was. I think it was the right decision.
Yeah, yeah. And you were right about the second part of what you said about the teamwork, and like we have to meet halfway on that. Your willingness to do the exercises, your studiousness, your self-awareness, like we were a really good team. You really showed up ready and willing and totally with an open mind. And that's why you had so much success. I want to ask you, if you look at how you were before and how things are
Hmm.
now, in what way are things better for you now?
Uh, wait, one second. When commenting on the last thing that you said, that it's a teamwork. Yeah, it totally is a teamwork, because it doesn't work if you are giving all your time and energy and your knowledge to that person who is like, yeah, help me, or I don't want to do anything. Help me. Or sorry, maybe I'm just aggravating, but oh, what's the point in this? It still won't help me. Like, no, I'm not going to do this. I don't feel like this is going to work for me. No, I really don't want it. I don't have the time. Um, but then again, you think, who do you do this for? You do this for yourself, right? So I think you really need to like put yourself together. I know how hard it is. Also, being there when there's depression and things like this, I really know how hard it is for you to bring yourself here. But when you do, it's like one of the best decisions you can do for yourself. And now, when I think about how I've changed, I feel like I'm a completely different person, like almost in every area. Um, I don't know even where to start, like where to start from. Like I'm uh, I'm not afraid of food anymore. It was like I had this occasion in my work when somebody took this Sicilian cake, and I don't really generally like cakes, or and the past version of me would like escape from that cake and like run away, or like, oh no, there's cake, I have to like run away, and because everybody's eating like normal person, and I'm the one who's eating the cake, and then probably in the evening I would stuck myself with food. And no, at that day, it was one of the first biggest wins that I had, and I was like, the emotions that accompanied it, and the feeling about myself was really amazing. Like, there was this cake, and I was not afraid of it. I was rather more curious about it. I had this rather big slice of it, and I was so happy, and it was one of the highlights of that day. And afterward, I did not fulfill myself with another junk food. I went to swimming pool because I like it, not because I need to, get rid of those calories and you know be slim and and everything, because well, that works for me. I don't know what works for you, but for me it was like swimming is kind of also partly my therapy. I feel very happy, and joints don't hurt afterwards, and it's really great. And a past version of me would not do it, like never. And then again, I'm having treats daily, and it doesn't end with me ordering a box of junk food. It doesn't. Also, I don't have any restrictions. Like I can eat almost everything. Okay, there are a few things that I really don't like olives. I don't eat them just, but that works for everybody, I guess. But then again, it's like I don't have these restrictions, and I'm not afraid to meet people, and I'm not afraid to be social. And I think it also has helped me grow my spine and my self-esteem, as I'm going out more. I'm have meeting new people more, and I'm not afraid to speak up for myself. And I feel that I can really trust myself, as okay, I'm having this large ice cream. So what? It's and or I don't know, we are having this pizza night with my colleagues, and so what? It's fine, and it's quality over the food that we have. Like, um, is the quality of our conversations, of socializing, and I cannot really express it. And before this, I was also not able to eat after physical activities, right? Because I was like completely like, I don't know, well, it was really wrong. And now I can easily do it, and I can easily like not eat like super clean foods. I can eat Nutella like after exercising, and it's really great. And I'm trying to be at peace with myself. And there's one of the also one of the important things is that I think that now I have a lot more healthier brain, and than at the time when I cut sugar completely, like for those 2 months when I thought that I'm like super healthy and super happy right now, and I'm so healthy and everything's fine and everything. Now I'm a lot healthier right now, and I'm not afraid to stand up for myself. I'm not afraid to speak up for myself, and to ask for what I want. And guess what? When I ask for what I want, I get what I want, right? And it's so easy. And um, I'm also trying to have more fun around food. I've never loved cooking, like, and I've never been good at it. But during this time, I kind of developed maybe not the passion yet, but quite an interest how to make, for instance, chocolate cake. And guess what? Well, it was not perfect, but I did it, and it was super exciting and interesting experience for me. It is like, wow, two people who don't have eating disorders actually live like this, and it because this is like super amazing. And yeah, and I really feel a lot better about myself. There is no shame about myself. Like, of course, I'm not always the most confident person, but then again, I don't know. It's really hard for me to put that in words, but just how these eating disorders that's really battle with yourself, right? And as no other battles no other fights are as hard as the ones that you have within yourself. I really believe that if you can fight this within yourself, then you can do everything. And it's really also true for me, as I I never thought that I would be free of this completely, because there's like, if you have eating disorders, you have to stuck with this. You have to be in this for life. And I'm here to tell you, no, 100% no. And if I can do it, you can do it. And there's also like one occasion with one of my colleagues when we went to this spa thing, and it, that's the place where probably you don't feel that good about your body image, or you're stressed a little bit about yourself, right? It's not that comfortable place for people, especially with the eating disorders. And I also had my struggles, but then again, it was colleagues whom I encouraged to overcome themselves. And the thing that they said thank you afterwards was like also one of the best feelings that I had. And and there's another thing that I had the opportunity to go to Paris for 5 days, like a first solo trip for myself. And it was a dream for me to go there, like for a couple of years now. And now I finally had the courage to do it and the opportunity to do it, right? And there was this thing that I so wanted to see the Eiffel Tower. I was standing in line for 2 hours in December in cold, and they said that, oh, the top is closed. And I was like, no, top should not be closed. And they were like messing with me and everything. But in the end, I got there. And at that point, I was quite cold, and I was thinking, I want something warm to drink. And guess what? There was hot chocolate. And I did not think about it a lot, and I just took the hot chocolate. I sat down and I watched how it got really dark and how all the lights came up in Paris. I really love darkness and lights and everything. And at that point, I was listening to some French songs. I was having hot chocolate, and I was sitting at the Eiffel Tower waiting for it to get dark. And I guess that is one of the happiest moments in my life, as I was fulfilling, I guess, couple of dreams at that very moment. As first, I was at the Eiffel Tower. I was completing this. And the second was I was able to have that hot chocolate drink. And it was delicious. And I did not have any guilt. And I was like, I was free from binge eating. I was free from disordered eating, and I was thinking, how cool is that? Like, how cool is that? And I really wanted to share this with you, as it wouldn't be possible if I was not in this program. So it's literally life-changing, literally.
That I love that you said that at the end, because my next thing I was going to say was, can you tell about the Eiffel Tower? Because
Yes.
this was, you said in the letter that you wrote, one of the best moments of your life. And I felt it. You said the name of the song. I could see it. It was realizing the dream of seeing Eiffel Tower and having this hot chocolate, and not be starting another diet or falling off another diet or going through like a food hangover. And I've had those moments, and like when it's like this problem affects everything, and then resolving it, the inverse is that affects everything. And when you start seeing these different light bulbs turn on, you're like, I can actually have this moment. I can actually, you talked about other things. I can actually go out to social situations. I can meet my friends at a cafe and know that whatever I want to have is okay. I can have Nutella after swimming. Like, you have moment after moment. I think the Eiffel Tower one was like a pinnacle. But now your life is full of them. And you're right, you talked about confidence and leadership. And at the spa there, you were, again, imagine you were still stuck in the problem. You're full of insecurity, you're not a leader, maybe you're coming out of a binge, or you're just thinking about going on another one. You don't get to be what you were for them there. So and as you start to get a handle on this, it creates confidence. You're like, if I can have Nutella and not go crazy, what else am I capable of, right? Like,
exactly. It's like, oh, and I have this question now. Did you listen to that French song that I sent to you?
no, you sent it to me. I just saw the name. I was gonna look it up. I saw it in your letter.
But
I'm gonna listen to it. That'll always make me think of, I'm gonna do it.
Yes.
And I'm gonna
Definitely,
visualize. I'm
now
gonna
my
watch a
life.
video of Eiffel Tower.
And now it's like my life is like, maybe just that's just maybe a bit too much, but I don't think it's too much, because I feel like my life now is full of those little Eiffel towers, like every day. And it's okay. There are some days when I still indulge in sweets, but guess what? It's okay, and it's fine. It's really not the end of the world, because there are like so much more important things in life, right? And you get it, and you understand it, and it's really, it really is life changing. And and yes, and now, and also about the leadership or everything. Yeah, of course it's still like life things that you still have to learn in life. And yeah, and still sometimes there are days when I still like overeat or something, but it's not like when I overeat I continue to like screw it, like you've
Exactly.
bad again. Like, no, it's not there. It's not even a thought in my head right now, because now we are trying to, develop the skill to overeat, like, as I
Yeah.
like to say, to overeat in style.
Yeah. I think that's
Like,
beautiful. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And you know what?
Yeah.
Life's really good. Life is really good. Even with all those plenty imperfections, life is really amazing.
Exactly. Accepting life and its
Yes.
imperfections and imperfect eating, these are the gateway to finding the most beautiful life experience. So the last thing I want to ask you, that transformation is amazing and very inspiring. I hope people watching this are listening, because this is a real
Yeah.
example of what's possible. I just want to ask you, for somebody watching who is seeing it and hearing your story and considering working this program, but maybe is nervous or skeptical and there's a gap there, what would you say to someone who's considering it?
Mm, First, if you are the one who's listening to this and still thinking, nah, maybe this won't really work on me, guess what? I was also in that same position, as I was listening to these interviews before, and I was like, those people sound like sick happy, and it sounds like so weird. Like, I don't really think it's possible. Like, I was also like super skeptical, and I was like, how could you put your life life like this, like and risk your life, and to go or something like this, because there's so much unknown, and you're scared of it, and you have your doubts, and you know that you probably know everything, and what else this is going to bring in your life. But I would like to say that what you're risking is, you risk to, and you really risk to lose your eating disorders like forever. And I guess that's a really great risk, right? Because I never thought that I would be here, but I really am. And I'm and I want to scream, and I want to shout and everything, and I'd say I'm free of disordered eating, like me, out of every, like me. And if I can do it, you can do it. I would like to really inspire you to do this, because uh, this is the real thing, and you're investing in yourself with this. You are working regularly on yourself. I wouldn't say that this is super easy, no, but you also have to trust both yourself and Jordan, right? And I know how difficult it could be, and the more and in considering that you have been trying this and this and this and this, and you are super powerful, and you are so full of energy and willpower and strength and determination to really get healed and to get over it. And if you have this much energy, uh, this is the way where to put it, and to really work on yourself, as this is really the real deal. And Jordan is a super coach. Like, like truly sent by God. And I cannot like say oh I can you see I'm actually speechless right now. Okay, but I guess you get the idea. And I think one of also the important things here to remember, and also that could work, would be that don't let this problem cost you another 10 or 20 or 30 more years of suffering, because it really sucks out your life. And we have just this one life, and it's passing away super fast. So take care of yourself, and and I'm totally sure 100% that you can do it, because you really can do it. You can do it.
Yeah, I think that's really well said. You're right. We do have
Thank
to,
you.
yeah, everyone.
And we all have limited time in here, and I think we are destined here to be happy. Of course, this is a cross for us that probably brings us to some next step of our lives, or another step, but we can do it. We really can do it. It's possible. It really is possible.
It is. It definitely, it's something,
Yes.
it's a cross to get through, and it's something that shows us a lot, but
Yes.
we are here to thrive and experience love and joy. And we all deserve to stop giving our time to such a painful problem. And yeah, so I
Exactly.
really appreciate your trust. I told you in the beginning, I won't let you down. I remember looking you in
And
the
you
eye
did
saying
not.
that.
You did
Yeah.
not. Yes. And I'm so happy. And yeah, because I don't know, for those people who are listening to this, don't waste your life anymore. Like, take this, and this is the real deal. Like, and don't suffer anymore. It's simply not worth it, because you can do so much more. And it is possible. It is possible to lead a normal life after eating disorders.
It is. It is. And any
It
part
is.
of your brain, people watching, that says you're stuck with this forever, do not listen to it. You
No.
can, you deserve
Yes.
it, it's possible.
Exactly.
So yeah, I very inspiring. I really
Thank
appreciate you
you.
taking the time to do this and take the light that you've created over the last, this time working together, and share it with others. Before we finish, is there anything else on your mind you want to share? Any last thoughts or anything?
I would say huge thanks to you, Jordan. As as I said, I think it's going to be the third time that I'm saying this. You are literally sent by God, and I think the things that you do, they should be more. A lot more people should know about them, because it really works. It really does work. And I'm also super happy to be here and to be interviewed, and just to be here as brand new me. And you've literally given me my life back, and it's beyond awesome. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate
Thank you.
you equally. This
Thank
work
you.
fuels me. I love it. And yeah, big love to
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Yes.
Big love. I really appreciate you. I really do. From the
Thank
bottom of my
you.
heart, thank you for your effort, your attentiveness, your studiousness, your open mind, your trust. And with all those things, we can create incredible results together. So yeah, and thanks for
Yes.
taking time out of your day to do this. I'll let you go get
Thank
on
you.
with your day. And
Yeah, me too.
yeah, and we will talk to you soon. Have a beautiful day.
Yes. Thank you. You too.
Okay.